Forex Daybreak podcast, where we trade the Forex market with you. Entry, target, exit, and stop loss levels are covered when we walk you through every trade made in the show. 5% of Forex traders are profitable, and you can be among the winners. If you wish to find out profitable trade signals in the Forex market, Forex Daybreak is the show for you. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Good morning and welcome to episode 89. Forex pairs in this episode are Euro-USD. We see a small triangle formation on the charts and can expect the next larger move to be to the downside. Euro-Pound, a new high made yesterday, and we are ready if there is a reversal soon on Euro-Pound. And Euro-Canadian dollar, over 1000 pips in less than 2 weeks. We expect a reversal soon and try to catch that move to the downside. It is recommended that you will learn to read the market yourself and not just blindly enter trades based on my signals or from any other signal provider. I will not take responsibility for your trading losses or credit from your profits. Okay, that said, let's start this episode. Well, the wave structure has gotten more complex in Euro-USD. We have a small triangle formation on the charts. We made a new high yesterday, and this high is 110.5, and we are approaching the 110.87 level, which is the low of the first wave. And remember that we cannot penetrate this level without breaking this wave structure, or actually it doesn't affect the wave labeling, it only affects the longer term structure. So it would be a leading diagonal triangle that would form. We can actually take a look at this a little bit on a longer perspective. So the 117.13 high and 114.94 wave 2 high are connected with this trend line. And if we move above the 110.87 level, then the waves 1 and wave 4 will overlap, and this means that we are dealing with a leading diagonal triangle. So if we draw the lower trend line, you can see that we would be making a expanding triangle formation for the first wave position here. So this is not ideal and quite rare scenario if this were to happen. Another possibility that there is a totally different wave count here to be made. But my preferred count is the one you are seeing on the charts. I've labeled the wave 4 peak to the yesterday's low of 110.5 and the small triangle formation. I have also labeled this minor wave 4 correction as WXY, which would now make the last part, the Y wave, to be a triangle, and this would mean that we can expect a decline. Next, this triangle is completed. There's A, B, C, D, and E. Of course, there's interpretation to be made here as well. So perhaps we are still forming or need to form one more leg out of this triangle. And also, if we take into account the FOMC meeting tomorrow, there might be some stagnation on the markets in waiting for this FOMC result. So there's an expectation of a rate hike tomorrow out of this FOMC meeting. So Federal Reserve should, or everybody is expecting them to raise the benchmark interest rate. This would of course be very positive for the dollar. We should expect a decline, and as this is highly anticipated, there is most likely high volatility even if they are not going to raise the rate. And of course this depends also on the statement and the narrative they are going to bring out of this meeting. So if they are going to raise the rate 0.25% higher or even 0.5% higher, then of course the statement will tell what they are seeing as the next move, if they are going to stay or if they are going to just do a one rate hike and that's it, or if they have a plan of raising rates near the normal level, maybe around 4 to 5%, and what would be the schedule for that. And if they are not going to raise rates, of course, they can talk more about the decision and how are they going to go into the future moving forward. So quite interesting situation here. And as of now, Euro-USD price structure doesn't really give us any confirmations on the direction after this FOMC meeting. But my preferred wave count is proposing that we are nearing an end of this minor wave 4 correction. We should not go any higher, at least above the 110.87 level, and I'm expecting a downside move next. Next larger move should be a decline. And of course, if we get a rate hike, this decline can be a very powerful and swift move to the downside, and perhaps we can see or can expect new long-term lows as well. We have a sell stop order in Euro-USD, so quite similar than yesterday. Now that we have maybe a little more clarity due to this triangle formation, the sell stop order is below the triangle trend line. So sell stop at 109.4, stop loss 109.7, take profit 107. So quite similar trade than yesterday. But let's see how this develops. So now my preferred count is proposing a small triangle out of this wave Y to complete the minor wave 4 correction. Let's actually draw it here. So if we take this low of the X wave and get the first leg out of this triangle from that, then perhaps now we need one more down, up, and then a continuation of the decline, or even another possibility that we are already formed the triangle and the next larger move will be to the downside. The lower part of this triangle trend line will act, of course, as a very important support line. So if we decline below that, there's a high probability that we are continuing lower. If we get a bounce back from this level, then we can expect one more move towards the upper part of this triangle trend line. Let's see how this develops. I wouldn't expect this to go any higher than the upper part of this trend line, so 10.5, 10.6 should be the limit to the upside, and then a reversal and a decline and a continuation for the larger downtrend. Let's see Euro Pound. So here yesterday we got a new high, and I have moved my minor wave 2 label to that high. The high now is 0.72 or 0.73 approximately, very near 0.73 is now the high. In my opinion, this C wave is completed, but this is what I told yesterday as well. The price action yesterday was very uncertain, and this is now the case that we got a new high, and this new decline, we have declined 50 pips, 40 pips out of this high, so it's too early to say if this new decline on Euro Pound is the next impulsive wave down. We have also a sell stop order here, quite the same as yesterday. It is below the support area around 0.724. So sell stop 0.7203, stop loss 0.7225, take profit 0.715. Also similar trade than yesterday. Yesterday's trade didn't even trigger, at least in my charts. So a similar trade has been issued today. My preferred count or my labeling is proposing more downside euro weakness. Again, euro has been quite strong for the past week and a half or so, but in my opinion this is only a corrective move Across the board, euro has been getting stronger for the past week or so, but I see this as a corrective move in most of the pairs, so in euro pound as well. In my opinion, we have started a large decline, and this is now only a corrective advance, and next larger move should be to the downside, and we are looking to trade this next decline. So we can draw this again. So B wave low, we see now perhaps the fourth wave is up here, and maybe if we take a 5-way structure out of this last advance, perhaps there is one more leg higher, but this is a little bit hard to figure out. As of now, the 0.73 high is my peak for the minor wave 2 correction, and next larger move should be to the downside. But like I said, in your USD there can be stagnant price action for today, perhaps even tomorrow. Yesterday was quite volatile day, so hard to say if we get any stagnation on the markets in anticipation of this FOMC meeting. But anyways, next larger move is to the downside. We have a trade on this small support zone near 0.7204 level, and once we break through this level, there's a high probability and a good confirmation for the bears, and after that we should get more downside on euro pound. Okay, let's see euro Canadian dollar briefly. We also have a sell stop order here. The very powerful upwards advance has been close to 1,200 pips in euro Canadian, so in less than 2 weeks over 1,000 pip move to the upside, so quite a powerful move. In my preferred wave count, this is an ABC structure, a B wave of much larger triangle formation, and we can expect a reversal here. If it has already happened, we have a trade waiting, but if you get more upside, then we can of course move the trade level. We have a sell stop order here, also 15012 is the sell stop level, stop loss 1511, take profit 148. So those are the levels for the limit order, sell stop order here, and like I said, over 1,000 pips in less than 2 weeks, so quite a powerful move, and perhaps we can expect quite swift move to the downside as well. If you take a look at the recent price action, the recent B wave decline, minor wave B decline right here was not very swift. Actually, it was very overlapping and hard to figure out. Now the minor wave B has been very strong, so like I said, all 1,000 pips in less than 2 weeks, and maybe we have seen now the top of this B wave and can expect next larger move to the downside. I would like to see a 5-wave structure on maybe 1 hour chart, 30-minute chart on lower time frames anyway, to confirm that we have indeed made the peak here and are continuing lower with this next leg of this triangle, or to complete this larger leg of the triangle. It should be minor degree ABC, a structure, 3-way structure, and if I remember correctly, 133 is the lower end of the triangle trend line. So a decline towards those levels can be expected. But of course, if we take a look at the previous decline, this can be overlapping decline and perhaps hard to trade. But still, we have a sell stop order waiting. If there's a swift move to the downside, we will catch that and then trade this pair to the downside. Okay, that's all for today's video. Visit the show notes at ForexDayBreak.com/89. And let me remind you that you can get this video analysis, daily trading signals, weekly future trades video, books, and access to my trading system when you subscribe to my basic membership. Membership fee is only $10 a month, and I have a 14-day free trial for you to test out my service. You can cancel with one click, so this is truly a risk-free offer. Go to forexdaybreak.com/basic and sign up today. More trades tomorrow, happy trading, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your interest in Forex Daybreak Daily Podcast. If you like this show, we hope you'll visit our website, www.forexdaybreak.com. Be sure to check the show notes on our website for this episode. Join us next time for another episode of Forex Daybreak.